The tanks brings us another light tank. This time it's a French Tiny Terror. Let's see what it's like. Here's a little intro. Hello and welcome to my review of the Vanguard, or ELC, even 90, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. It's very, very small, and it's more or less tier 8 everything. Engine's not. And you think, when you see the stats, you think to yourself, well, what's it doing with an 160 horsepower engine? But it's really small. It sounds like a bit like an old motorbike though. That's the only problem. 3-shot autoloader. 3 shots in the magazine, and that's the stats from the website. I don't think it's been changed from the PC. I remember seeing this on PC. It must have been easily over a year ago. I'm not sure if it's achieved legendary status, but I watched Quickie Baby at some time, and I think about Des games. They're great to watch, even if it seems to be better on PC, doesn't it? So, first game, tier 8 to tier 6. I'm putting little cuts in it. I'm not cutting anything out that's important, just cutting the little boring bits out. I'm sat there waiting, you know, for the tick-tock. It's not very pleasant to watch. Them shots take a long time to load though, don't they? I like this map as well. It's a nice, nicely designed map. And you've got lots of opportunities. It's a spotter's paradise. And here we go, spotted him straight away. I'm not sure what that tank is. I have difficulty seeing on the, I think it's an Awful Panther. Or not, Orkful Larungspanzer Panther, which is probably one of my favourite tanks. It's a great little light tank. If you ever get opportunity to get it, do. If you like light tank games. And there's Tank Destroyer. So now we can see the 90mm autoloader in action. It's quite fast, but the reload hurts you. But this tank's got its strengths and its weaknesses, and obviously the reload speed of the gun is one of its weaknesses. The accuracy seems okay. Accuracy means nothing though in this game when you see it in the stats. It just seems to be kind of random, doesn't it? I just muted somebody there. They went, I can't remember why. They were making a lot of noise. Don't know if they got the connects on. You know what it's like. So we have someone lined up. I'm quite a distance away, and I'm hoping to not get spotted when I fire, and I don't. And that's very, very pleasing. Yeah, a couple of little cheeky shots into him. Obviously, you've only got 3 shots, 240 damage per shot. I think it's 175mm penetration standard round, nearly 200 or 200 plus. Can't remember. And on the premium, and the premium sort of that APCR but I'm not going to use any, I don't think, in this tank. It's not that sort of tank. Now, remember when you're watching review that you have to bear in mind how you're going to use the tank and how the person that's reviewing it uses it. And I like to do passive scouting, so I'll move and I'll sit and let my binoculars come on, etc, etc. I've got binoculars, camo net, and having a little firefight with it. I think it's an LTTB or whatever. I got tagged there. Not too much damage. Well, not any damage, I think it tracked me. Yeah, you got to be careful when you're watching reviews. You can watch people being, I always say this in reviews, you can watch people being absolutely awesome in tanks, and people will be awesome in them, but when you get on them, it's not always that awesome, and it's because people have their own style of play. When I'm scouting, I like to do mostly passive, to be honest with you. I'm not really like running around Brazil style, you know. Brazilian bulldog style or whatever, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but mostly I like to do this kind of thing. And my favourite tank for doing this kind of thing up to now has been the E25. Well, I'll show you a little bit about that later, but it's a bit of a ninja, like a silent assassin. And this, listen to that engine. Yeah, it sounds like an old motorbike and sidecar. I mean, I've got the full map on there. I mean, if you've been watching, you'll be aware that there's an heavy tank up that's basically to my left there, and I'd also seen, I think, that tank destroyer. I wasn't sure whether he was dead, and the LTTB's still patrolling that area. I mean, he's trying to spot in that, and it's not the best spotting tank. It's got a decent gun though, and it's got a lot of speed, and I'm worried he's going to chase me down here. A bit of fancy driving there. See that little skiddy pose there? Yeah, someone took a shot at me there. I'm not sure who it was, but now I think he gives. If he was chasing me, I think he gives up the chase here. I mean, these are not high excitement matches, are they? Let's face facts. But there's quite a satisfaction in getting, you know, especially in a high tier match, like 5,000 damage assist, something like that, and loads of, you know, like patrol duty and all that kind of medals, and it can make the game for your team, and you still make. The good thing about this game is you don't have to kill stuff to actually do good. You can kind of play like this with minimum shooting. Yeah, there's that heavy tank there. Now I'm after artillery now. I know artillery's up there, and I know that LTTB's still about, so I'm not really sure where he is. I know where the heavy is, and I'm totally bypassing him because he's getting shot at by teammates. And I've seen the artillery rounds coming from this direction prior in the match, and basically know where the arty is, and there he is. He's spotted. He's had it now. Bang bang, it's all over for him. Horrible when you're in arty, innit? But they deserve it. I think they ruin the game. But then sometimes I like to play arty, so you know you can't win with me. Best job I ever had. Now the results. 50. You get a 50% silver bonus on this. It's not massive, but that's why you have a premium tank normally, isn't it? It's for the silver and the bit of the crew training. Yeah, it did all right there. Not too bad that for a tier 8 match. Obviously, you know, tier 10 matches you can get a lot of damage. Now let's go to the stealth. This is the hidden, and it's 0.45 when it's stationary, 0.3 when it's moving, and that's very stealthy. And if you got crew and, you know, crew skills, that's my favourite, the E25. It's 0.44 stationary, and I can't read it. I think it's 0.3 or something moving. I can't read it because it's on a tiny little screen in my editing software. And there you are, it's 0.39, because light tanks obviously moving and stationary, it's the same. And there's my crew, just so you can see, not too many crew skills, but I've got premium consumables, which is, I think it's coffee on this, and that gives you 10% on everything. So I've not got too many. I've got brothers in arms there, that does help, and I've got recon and the other one that extends your view range. I can't remember what it's called offhand, but I've not played French tanks that much, so the crew skills are quite low. And this is a tier 10 match. I'm not going to cut it very much. I'll show you as much as I can. And you're thinking to yourself, well, what are you going to do in this? People have got 420 metre view ranges. If you don't know about view ranges, the World of Tanks have got instructional videos on them. And there's loads of stuff that you'll be able to find out, loads of resources. View ranges are very important when you're scouting. And a bigger view range can overcome your camouflage factor and your crew skills and all that. So you can, if you've ever wondered why you're getting spotted and you can't see anyone, that'll be the reason why. So I'll go as far as I dare. I know this map quite well, and it's not my favourite map. I wish I hadn't put it back. So I'm sat here, camo net on, and I'm just waiting like a little spider in its web. Here we go, I spotted someone straight away. Now, how far away is he? I can just read that. It's 150 odd metres, and I'm not spotted. That's quite nice. In fact, that's very nice. That's on a par with the E25. In the E25, people can get up to basically about 80 metres from you if you're sitting in a bush. We all like to sit in a bush. So I'm actually testing now the see, I got the assist there and another one. Give the team some encouragement, give them a great shot. So look at the distance, 120 meters now. About 100 meters, 97 meters. I'm still not spotted. He's got a clear view of where I'm sitting. That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. I mean, he's in the tier 10 there. He's definitely got a, he's got a decent view range in that thing. And there, that Centurion there, is so close, and he still hasn't spotted me. He does spot me there though. So I move, and I wait till my sixth sense goes off, and I'm just going to stay in this area. I'm so confident now in the camo factor of this tank that I'm quite willing to stay here, where normally I'd be fleeing. If I were in the LT 432, I'd be gone. In fact, I would have been spotted ages ago in that thing. I was disappointed in that tank, I must admit, but it's disappointing that it's not for me. It's a decent tank, it's just not for me. This one is my sort of tank, sneaking about, being a complete ninja, because everyone knows the Durkinator is a ninja. I've even got films on YouTube where I've been an actual ninja, and I'm good at it. No, I'm only joking, I'm not good at it, but I have got films where I'm just doing stupid stuff. Yeah, me and my wife make them. But it's brilliant. I just love that factor that you can be like less than 100 metres away from somebody and they just can't see you. And every time they move, they're getting spotted. You can see them out, going backwards and forwards and all that kind of thing. So I'm doing my usual thing. I know that I'm a one-shot kill in this little thing. And when you do get shot in it as well, you start losing crew and modules. And, this feels a bit cheap, but there you go. He didn't stand a chance. And the team's, their team's gone now. So basically, I totally spotted that little section in front of me, and I only got spotted when that Centurion got very, very close indeed. And that to me makes this tank. That's what this tank does. You will have the occasional game where you'll be able to circle kill people and you'll do awesome amounts of damage, but I think more often than not you're going to want to use this tank's stealth capabilities and mobility, and its view range is not fantastic. It's only 380 meters, which is that's even less than the Orkful Panther, which is only tier 7, and I think that's one of the best tanks in game, by the way. But combined with your stealth, that makes up for your lack of view range, because don't forget 420 meters with no optical assistance on some of these tier 10 tanks. That's 40 meters more. That's more than you're going to get if you've got coated optics on, and they can see straight through your camo and the bush that you're sitting in. So that extra bit of stealth has really made the difference in this tank. And it's not a particularly fantastic match for me, but I love the way that it's just not being spotted, and that's what I like in a tank like this. Not fantastic money, but you know, we survived the match. Tier 10 matches. The guys know how to shoot and they know how to use the tanks. So you look at it survive. So as ever, I'm trying not to paint an unrealistic picture of this tank for you. It's okay me saying that I like this, that, and the other. If you don't like playing recon, scouted, then you know this tank is definitely not for you. And if you like playing passive recon, I think this tank is for you, because that's what I like to play. I'm not too interested in buzzing round too much. I don't mind a bit of buzzing round, but it gets a bit wearing after a while. That's not all I want to do. And this is an example of what not to do with the tank. And biting off more than you can chew. But you got, you know, when you get your tanks, you've got to decide what the role of the tank is and what you can and what you can't do. Look at it get away with that. Absolutely dodged a bullet on that. I thought I was going to destroy myself there. I did that in a premium tank on that, is it Thapeville Ridge or something like that. I was driving, I think it was my AMX Chappie. I just drove it straight off one of them precipices and destroyed it. I'd only been driving it 10 seconds. But I thought we were going to do that with that one. But you can see it's got nice handling, you know, for a tank of its size. It's manoeuvrable, obviously, but it doesn't bounce as much as you would expect. It can get thrown about a little bit, and you can get taken a bit by surprise by some of the undulations and hitting a rock on the map. But I've driven far worse. I mean, the T-49, the American Tier 9 light tank, I've got rid of it because it's just like it's filled with helium. This game's not going to last much longer, by the way. I'm not trying to kill the suspense, but I'm really pushing the pushing it here. I don't think he knows what he's looking at. He's thinking, what's that? I've never seen one of them before. The reload time hurts it, doesn't it, for doing this kind of thing. And I've got another game for you when the reload time's a factor. Now we've got an LTTB coming to try and bully me. They can't wait to get you, can they? Ooh, just dodged that one. Yeah, doing some damage. The LTTB's got the hots for me, and there I'm pretty much at it. You can just tell where this is going, and it just basically rams me to death. I think I got rammed to death, and it's funny how often that happens. Your killer gets killed literally split seconds later. Now this is, it's not the best match I've ever had, and it's nothing like a good match for silver and XP and things like that. But I enjoyed this match more than I've enjoyed a a lot of the matches I've had lately, and that is one of the major factors of this tank. Is I just enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying playing the game again because I've gone right off it lately. And when you're off the game, you know, the tier matching gets you down, the RNG gets you down, the teams get you down, and you just think, oh, I can't be bothered with this. Fortunately for World of Tanks, all the other games that have come out, they had some hope for, like Red Dead Redemption and Division 2, Battlefield. They've all been complete cluster Fs. And not only that, expensive ones at that, and they've been absolutely appalling. And War Thunder, which I did start playing, ended up just being absolute rubbish. Dominated by PC players that have been playing it for years that just still club you if you're on Xbox. Yeah, but see the manoeuvrability of this, it's got some speed. I mean, that power to weight ratio that you can see in the stats doesn't seem to tally with how the tank feels. It just feels good. Look how stable it is for such a tiny tank, but you watch some of the little stunts that you can pull off in it. Any second now, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, I hadn't done that before. That was just sheer stopping power that did that, and a little bit of a dip. I got odes. They're very stealthy, aren't they? This last shot, I don't even know what happens to it. He just dodged it. The shell velocity is 700 meters a second, less than 800 meters a second, so you could throw it faster. And that's a bit of a problem. But it's not really a shooty tank, is it? It's not a shooty tank. And I'm still learning it here. I think I could have gone a lot closer, but I didn't want to. You know, you'd a one-shot kill, I think, for most of these, even though they're only tier 8s. And I really, really enjoyed this match. But don't forget, I've got some crew skills, and I've got coated optics, binoculars, and I've got the camo net, and some of my crew skills I'm sure are camouflage as well. But you see I'm picking up spot assists, and there's that Odes again. Yeah, and he's gone now. I didn't get the spot assist for that because I'm not close enough. Like I said, I think I could have gone closer. I think that's the Lycan. I've got one of them. That's a really nice little tank as well. Very dangerous. And they're taking our base now. You can hear that. I don't like the way this base capture goes. I've had quite a few games lately when it's not been apparent who's having your base. You think, is that us or them? We want to go back to the old style one. I can't remember what it was, but it was better than this. How it is now. You see, it's got a fair turn of speed on it, this acceleration wise as well, and it's pretty stable. You know, if you're in that at T49s, you'd be flying all over the place at some of these places I've been in this. I mean, standing on its nose braking was a little bit of a surprise, I must admit. But at least it didn't flip completely. See there, it just the way the map, it didn't like that little bit. It just, you could see it was about to be sort of bucking about. I mean, you know, you've seen, we look like on paper, we look like we're winning here, but obviously that can change in World of Tanks. Now there's that Lycan. He's just killed the arty, and he's spotted me. He knows I'm coming. Listen to that engine. Look at that little jump there. Another little jump there. Ooh, just missed him. See, we have a bit of a ding dong here, and this is what made this match for me. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it did a little bit of damage there, and my tracks must have absorbed that one. Oh, I've got the bridge there. I think he must be reloading. Yeah, he must be reloading. but I am now, and I know his reload fast as he's got less than 20-second reload for, I think it's 5 shots, and I've got 25 plus for 3. But he's got the 90. I've got the 90mm, and he's got. I think he's got a 76 in that. Can't remember offhand, but I know it's a decent gun and it loads fast. But it's also got other problems because there's another guy after him as well now, which is very. It's helped me. But we got a good turn of speed here, and it's not bucking about too much. Something bounced off me then. And there it is. That got him, and that was the end of the game. And I really enjoyed that. And like I said, I didn't do very well in the game, but I did enjoy it, and that's the important thing. If you're not enjoying it, it's just pointless. You just might as well not be playing. You might as well be playing another game altogether. And that's what you got to bear in mind. Now, I don't know how much this tank's going to be. I bought in the bundle with the LT432. So you'll have to wait and see, basically, because at time of doing the review, the actual price isn't out yet. But whether this tank is for you or not, only you can decide. I hope I've painted a picture of it that's not over exaggerated its capabilities, because that's quite easy to do sometimes, you know, especially when I've seen some reviews that guys have done, and they're definitely good players, but they seem to pick and choose the footage to put on. Obviously, I pick and choose my footage as well that I put on, but I want you to realise that you know, the game is dependent on how you play it, and the tank is dependent on how you play it. If you're not automatically gonna do well just because you're in a tank that other guys do well in. As for me, I really enjoy this tank, and I'll probably end up putting a lot of XP on it over the coming months and years, quite like I've done with my E25. But I've got so many premium tanks in my garage, and I like to play them all. It kind of spreads your XP amongst them all, doesn't it? And I just enjoy them. But this one, for me, with the stealth values and the maneuverability, and it's just, there's something special about it, and I really like it. Oh, before I forget, I don't have a press account or any association with World of Tanks. I buy all these tanks myself, and the premium time messenger myself, and I'm not complaining about how other people do their reviews. You know, the guys are good at the game, and you know, you see a good guy in a good tank, and you know, you're going to get maybe a skewed impression of it. Just got to watch out for it. But you know, forewarned is forearmed. But thanks for watching. Bye.